Hello, welcome back. Last time I started King Dugan's dungeon and cleared the first 2 levels. Pietro thinks this looks like a cake job, whatever that means. Right. So I've been informed that there are multiple versions of King Dugan's Dungeon 2.0. So my confusion at the number not lining up with DROD's version number was perhaps justified. I see several ways to go. That looks like it goes nowhere. There are no secret walls in DROD 2.0. Okay, so this was added, clearly. What is this? This room is good for learning how to use mimics. You'll need to master the mimics to conquer the next level. Select a well-spaced formation to keep the mimics from getting killed by your sword or theirs. Okay, I'm not sure what's up with this, like how to interpret the fact that secret walls are suddenly showing up. Let me just go elsewhere first. That's what oh dear, it's the 8 Gates of Bill. Hey, it even changes the name. Strike only 5 orbs. When re-entering this room after clearing it, use the command key to open all the doors. Right, okay, so this is a classic door puzzle. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, isn't that nice? So if you don't want to click on things, this tells you what they do. So I guess it's like Bill Gates is the pun here? Because there's someone named Bill Gates and this is the 8 Gates of Bill? I don't know what this has to do with Bill Gates. Probably nothing. Anyway, if you just go in here and like whack at some orbs and hope something good will happen.
I could have opened all the doors sooner than this.
Pietro says that. So yeah, challenges, what again? Strike only 5 orbs. Alright, so there are probably 5 orbs. Boy, this is a way to start. I remember getting this far when I first played this hold. Not a whole lot further. Alright, so strike only 5 orbs. Okay, so what's the best way to think about this? I bet clicking on doors will be informative. It was. For example, this is toggled only by this. So I definitely will want to strike this orb at some point. Alright. So for sure I almost need notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 gates, 9 orbs. How odd. Okay, so let's see what else pops out at me like that. This one has a lot of openers. 1 close, 1 toggle. That's a 3, just like that. Okay, so those 3... bunch of closes, some toggles. So now hang on, this one who only had a toggle does not share with that. Okay, so this one that toggles this and is the only thing that interacts with that also closes this one. I need a piece of paper. Alright, piece of paper acquired. So what am I saying here? This is... yes, I'm going to try and solve this properly. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, 06, toggles D2. Alright, just making up my own notation here. 06 T D2. That's what I've written. Suppose I could pull up a text editor so you could see what I'm writing, but I'll just describe it. Alright, so 06T D2, 06 also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 06C D5. So therefore, so D5 is toggled by a bunch of this. So my conclusion is that if I'm only, let's see, strike only 5 orbs, I guess I don't know for sure I only want to strike this once. I expect this means I only need to hit 5 unique orbs. I don't know that for sure though. Alright, so let's keep making observations. So what this means is I will definitely need to use 4 and or 7 So need 4 and or 7 before 6? No, after 6. 4 and or 7 come after 6. Alright, 4 and or 7 after 6. 4 T5, 7 T5. Alright. So then, other things I can observe. Okay, so obviously I have to use... That's number 6. Okay, so 6... O6, O D6. So that's important because that means I need to use this after anything I need to use that closes this, which is nothing. No one else interacts with that. Okay. So it toggles this. Yeah, so this orb is the only thing that interacts with 2 of these doors. So it is very, very clear that I absolutely must use this orb. And in the sequence... this doesn't even matter. This can be any time, so I can just ignore door 6, basically. It doesn't exist because I know I'm hitting this orb. Okay, so door 6 doesn't exist. Ignore it. Door 2. Door 2 is only interacted with by that, and I'm only hitting this once, so door 2 basically doesn't exist. Doors 3 and 5, however, are a bit more complicated. So 3 and 5... 3 is opened by this, 5 is closed by it. So since it's opened by this, I may need to do this after... So if I need to hit... So if 3 or 4... Okay, so 3/4 before 6. Alright, if I'm using 3 or 4. Maybe I won't have to, but if I have to, then they have to come before 6. Alright, and the other one is... 4/7 after 6. I already wrote that down. Yes, 4/7 after 6. Why did I already have that? I don't know, but I wrote it. So 4 can't come both before and after 6. Because, yeah, okay, so I think I can eliminate 4 then, right? Because 4... Well, only if this is unique. But hang on, no, I think I can still eliminate it. Yeah, so see how these two interact with... Yeah, so I'm looking at these 2 orbs. So this guy is why 4 would have to come before 6. This guy is why 4 would have to come after 6, because you would close it when it's already closed, then you would toggle to open it. So pretty sure I can eliminate 4. So let's just say don't use 4. So if I don't use 4, then that leaves 7 after 6, 3 before 6. So 7 after 6, because 6 closes that and 7 toggles it. Okay, sounds great. So 7 after 6 has no additional constraints on it, so I can just go 6, 7, and have everything except this, this, and this already open. Great. Okay, that's a good start. So anyway, 7 after 6. Do I care about 3? It does interact with an outer door. Yes, okay, so 3 before 6. So far my sequence is 3, 6, 7? 3, 6, 7. And that will get everything except this door and this door open. So with 2 more orbs, I need to open these 2 doors. So I've eliminated 4, so do not consider this. So therefore, to open this door, I must use 1. Alright, so orb 1. Do use 1. Hang on, 6, 7, 1, and... what was the other one? Three? 3, 6, 7, and 1 are the orbs that I know for sure I'm using, so I have room for 1 more. Okay, so 1. Nobody has interacted with this, so I think I can also determine... wait, that's 3. No, it was this one I still needed to open, so 2. Okay, we're getting there. So 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7 are the orbs I'm using. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. So I'm ignoring all the others. So I have, right, so if I'm not using 4, then I can cross that out. So I have 7 after 6, 3 before 6. Who else has dependencies? So 1 closes this. And toggles that. I'm not touching 4, I'm not touching 5. So this is basically just an open. This is closed by 4, which I'm not touching, toggled by 3, which I am touching. Okay, so 3 before 1. So 3 before 1. And I think that's your only constraint, right? No. 1 before 7. Alright, so with 1 before 7, then that fully resolves 1. Alright, so I'm done with 1. Let's look at 2. So 2 has the 1 close, which is opened by this. 5, which I'm not touching. 7, which I am. So that's 2 before 7? Yeah, 2 before 7. Alright, and that's all I have to worry about with 2, because the rest of those are opens. Well... yeah, so I'm only worried about closes and toggles. I mean, I can look at this, but I'll evaluate that when I get to things that close either of those. Alright, so 3 is one I'm interacting with. It toggles this, which 2 opens, so does 1, and I'm hitting both of those. And I have 3 before 1 already. So if 3 were the first one that I used, I'm not touching 9. Alright, let's just put 3 at the start, because 3 does nothing destructive. The rest of those that interact with those are all opens. Alright, so let's start with 3. So I can definitely put 3 at the very start. Okay. I am interacting with 6 and 7. 6 and 7. So you... Alright, that's not a constraint. Right, so that's 6... Right, 6 before 7, exactly. 3, 1, 2. So looks like 3, 1, 2, 6, 7 might meet my requirements. 1 and 2 don't interact, right? Not really. They both open this door, but that's not an interaction. Alright, so 3, 1, 2, 6, 7 is what I'm working with. Alright, and I feel like I've evaluated that thoroughly enough already. That toggles those, which has to do with 2 and 5, which I'm not touching, so that's fine. That has to do with 1. Now hang on, 7... Yeah, 7 after 1, which it is. And then 6 I've already evaluated. Alright, so I think 3, 1, 2, 6, 7 is my sequence. Let's do it. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I was a little worried about this room, but I think I actually logicked it out. So 3. I could have done that one turn faster. 3, 1, 2, 6, 7. I could have had all those doors open by now. He didn't say it this time, so that worked. Didn't he say that when the Roach Queen laid her eggs before, though? So there's the challenge, but... How did the speech happen?
I could have opened all the doors sooner than this.
Oh, I get it. It's the number of orbs you hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I could have opened all the doors sooner than...
Okay, so it's the orb count, not the turn count. Got it. Okay, so right, my sequence was 3, 1, 2, 6, 7. Okay. 3, 1, 2, 6, 7. Neat. Okay. You know what? That was a great time. I'm glad this exists. Nice. Alright, I'm happy with how that went. Right, that was the one and only room that I knew about in this hold that I was slightly worried about. This level's not getting done today, by the way. Oh, this is just silly. Here is something that I will tell you. Whenever you see long and laborious paths, you should look for shortcuts. I did. And I found them. I remember this room. This has... yeah, I definitely remember this one. Don't turn your sword again after striking the orb. Beethro has a thing to say about this. This is what I thought I remembered in that previous room where I ended up facing west.
This looks dangerous. Some kind of trap. After I strike the orb, I can clear this room without any sword turning. Just to be skillful.
Mm-hmm. So first let's clear it with sword turning and see what he says. Oh. Okay, that is dangerous. So I can't just, like, ignore everything and do whatever. Okay. Okay. So even with sword turns, there's still tricks to this. I think I'm sort of semi-safe here. Not really. No, I'm still getting surrounded. How about this corner? Not great. Because of those. Nope. Okay, so let's look for tricks. It's interesting that I could step onto that. That doesn't help me, though. Oh, yes, it does. Not enough, though. Because while I'm protected from those, it's not quite good enough. It's close, though. Can I do one better somehow? So after doing this... yeah, by sending you in there. Now I only have 3 down here. Oh, but more are coming from there. Because I waited. I'm just looking for an easy way to see the non-challenge dialogue. But it's being a thing. Hang on, how did I even do this the first time? Did I face... I don't know what I did. I got in there somehow. Okay, so I went straight over here so they all gathered up like that. And that lands me in this situation. Okay. That's the one. Alright. Let's look for other spots. Alright then. So that's the only arrow I can step on. It's nice because it protects me from everything coming from this entire direction, so I only have to worry about this and all of this. And all of this is really just one space, but the problem is I can't quite so easily defend everything there while still making myself safe from the north. And this isn't even the way I'm going to ultimately clear the room, but just to not be skillful for a moment. Hang on, so how did... How did this work? How did I went all the way over here, then I turned... No, I made this work a second ago, like, twice. Oh, I re-hit the orb. Whoops. That's just silly. Why would I do that? Just trying stuff. It's not working. It's still not working. Okay, so doing this the dumb way isn't getting me anywhere. Do I just have to do it the smart way? Like, I'm obviously not safe here, right? Obviously. Never mind. I mean, this is still death, isn't it? Yeah, I can't hide there. Alright. Let's look for other hidey spots. This one might be good. This one might be very good. This one is pretty good, so it has the same problem as that previous one, but I think I can solve that problem. Almost. No, it has the same problem as the previous one. Okay, so if I encourage those roaches to all get in here. This almost works, but not quite. Hang on, so I'm gonna turn like that. It's these guys here who really just need to pack themselves in there. There, okay, that's what I wanted, I think. Okay, there we go. So I found safety from this. There we go. Okay, so that should definitely work. I died, but, you know, I didn't have to. Well, that's... okay, so I've already sealed my fate. Let's stay in safety. So, Bethro, say something to me.
Well, I may have turned my sword, but at least I'm still alive.
Alright, that's what he has to say. So, let's do it the other way. If I'm going to do that, let's do this.
This looks dangerous. Some kind of trap. After I strike the orb, I can clear this room without any sword turning.
Just to be skillful. Alright. So no sword turns after this, he says. Definitely can't use that hidey hole. So, what do you expect from me here, Bethro? This seems bad. certainly cannot do that. I can do some of this, but that's about to become a real problem. Okay. So, if I'm facing south for this entire ordeal, then it stands to reason I'd want to be pretty far north, if I can. But there's only so far north I can realistically go. Alright, so there's no way to scrape off a roach like that. So if I want to do that, I want to retreat to the east. Because of that little structure, but that doesn't work. I've already tried this, and I die. I've done that, but I die because of these. So there's something more to this. I could wait in place, which is unlikely to help me, it seems. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I mean, there's something I can do here, clearly. No sword turns. Like, I get this little bit of shelter from the north, but when they're coming from both east and west at the same time, that doesn't do much for me. So there must be a better hiding spot. I see a potential one here. I didn't even notice this before. Okay, so that's something, definitely. Or it could be. So I did wait a few turns, so if I don't wait any turns, go in there, then I can reach you. Okay. Hey, there's a checkpoint here. That's probably a hint. Alright. Alright. So I can get inside the roach ring. Here's a spot where I can do this. There we go. Okay. This looks much better. I was missing a trick. All you, just sit down there. Okay, so I'm not in the clear at this point. I still have problems. This is a too tall thingy, which means I can set up situations like this all day. So all of these are clearable. Alright, now, I can get sort of back to the north. I just input a whole bunch of bump moves, ruining my score. Not that I would have been in any way in running for a high score in a room like this. Especially while doing this challenge. But even without, not a chance. Alright, so I can pack them all up like that. If I want. And I guess I've decided that I want to, because I've done it. So now from here, actually I guess I just want to flood them in this passage here, really. Because I can do however many at a time with no trouble. Alright, this is going to take a long time, but this is the assembly line. I can't get to it once, I just have to do it the slow way. Wow, really? This seems so unnecessary. It's probably a more elegant way to do this. But I mean, this works. So that's the way it's getting done. Yes, there is a more elegant way. Here we go. This will be slightly faster. 2 at a time. Sometimes 3. Ah. Okay, that's a start. And it's a finish.
Wow. Somebody should have been here to see me.
Well, guess what, Bethro? Your wish is granted. Somebody was here to see you. Look at my view count to find out how many people were. Alright, cool. Okay, so that was kind of like 2 very non-trivial challenges. 8 gates a bill, whole lot of fun, takes some time to do. There's a room over here, by the way. Yeah, so I think this is about as far as I've seen in this hold. I don't think I went much past this point. Guess I'm gonna want to go to the east next time. Let's just find a checkpoint in neutral space. Oh. Well, no, that's fine. I can still get out of here. Alright. I always make sure to step on a checkpoint when I end a session, just in case I accidentally, instead of clicking here, click here, which has happened. Because then when I restore, continue playing game, it takes me here. So I have to restore to most recent checkpoint. It is a guard against that. Further save. There we go. Okay, anyway, cool. So I'll see you next time to continue with this level into territory that I have not seen before.